Motivation. In order to discuss what it is, let us first define it. So motivation, as defined by the book Organizational Behavior by Robbins and Judge, is the process that accounts for an individual's intensity, direction, and persistence of effort. Now let us expand on this further by explaining the three key elements of motivation. The first one is intensity. Describes how a person tries, which simply refers to how much a person perseveres given a certain task. Now second is direction, a guiding, governing, or motivating purpose that states that a person should have a sense of what his or her goal is, and if the goal represents the end of the road for his or her task or the completion of his or her task. And lastly is persistence to effort, measures how long a person can maintain effort, which talks about how a person is consistent in maintaining his or her drive to succeed a certain task. Now that we have expanded on this, let us now move on to the early theories of motivation. The first on the list is the hierarchy of needs theory made by Abraham Maslow. This explains that a person has a different set of needs and that each need should be satisfied in order for them to satisfy the next need. For example, in the diagram, a person should first fulfill the basic needs, then the safety needs, and so on and so forth until he or she reaches the self-actualization need. Next is Theory X and Theory Y. This second theory under early theories of motivation talks about Theory X being those workers who hate work, which eventually have poor performances, while Theory Y is just the opposite. Now, in order to briefly discuss this, let us watch a video taken from YouTube that would briefly discuss what it means.
I represent Theory X. I hate work, hate responsibilities, hate doing things. I only work because I have to.
I pity you. I represent Theory Y. I love to work, love taking responsibilities and authority. I enjoy being creative and thinking out of the box.
Now that's been settled, let us now move on to the third theory. The third theory is the two-factor theory. This theory was made by Frederick Hertzberg, and it is defined as the attitude towards work can determine success or failure. Coming from this definition, it proposes that there are two factors that affect the performance of an employee. These are the intrinsic and extrinsic factors. Intrinsic factors are the factors that make the employees feel satisfied, which eventually will lead them to excel, while extrinsic factors are the factors that make people dissatisfied. Now let us go on to the final theory under the early theories of motivation, the McClelland's theory of needs. A theory that states achievement, power, and affiliation are three important needs that help explain motivation. Now, coming from what is flashed on the screen, achievement, power, and affiliation are highlighted. This is because this theory explains that employees need to feel satisfied in these three aspects in order for them to do good. Expanding on this further, achievement means that they should feel that they have excelled in the task. Second, power. Power states that they should feel that they have control, while affiliation simply states the feeling of belongingness to a group. Now that we have explained all four theories coming from the early theories of motivation, let us now go to the contemporary theories of motivation. The first one from contemporary theories of motivation is the self-determination theory. People prefer to feel that they have control over their actions, so anything that makes a previously enjoyed task feel more like an obligation than a freely chosen activity will undermine motivation. Next is job engagement theory. The investment of an employee's physical, cognitive, and emotional energies into job performances. Next is the goal-setting theory, a theory that says that specific and difficult goals will feedback lead to higher performance. Now the next theory is self-efficacy theory, an individual's belief that he or she is capable of performing a task. Now the next theory is reinforcement theory. B.F. Skinner demonstrated that people would most likely engaged in desired behavior if they are positively reinforced for doing so, that rewards are most effective if they immediately follow the desired response, and that behavior that is not rewarded or that is punished is most likely less to be repeated. Now, in order to discuss this further, let us watch an excerpt from one of the episodes of Big Bang Theory.
Are you finished?
Well, thank you. How thoughtful. Would you like a chocolate?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Oh, sorry, Sheldon, I almost sat in your spot.
Did you? I didn't notice. Have a chocolate.
Thank you.
I know what you're doing.
Really?
Yes! You're using chocolates as positive reinforcement for what you consider correct behavior.
Very good. Chocolate? Are you saying that I am forbidden from applying a harmless, scientifically valid protocol that will make our lives better?
Yes. You're forbidden.
Bad, Leonard.
Now, the next theory is equity theory, a theory that says that individuals compare their job inputs and outcomes with those of others and then respond to eliminate any inequities. In order to discuss this, here is an example situation. Razel Faye Guzman graduated from Durham College with a degree in accounting. She accepted a position with a top public accounting firm and was offered the highest salary any accounting major was offered last year. After 12 months, her employer was pleased with her performance, so she was given an increase in her salary. However, her motivational level dropped when a fresh graduate from her previous school was hired in the same firm with equal amount of salary as hers, because she believed that she has put a lot of effort before having an increase in her salary, while this fresh graduate with no experience has the same amount of salary as hers already. Now, the next theory is expectancy theory. The strength of a tendency to act in a certain way depends on an expectation that the act will be followed by a given outcome and on the attractiveness of that outcome to the individual. Now, that is everything that we have to know about motivation.